Hello and welcome to ThePrint. I'm Sharan Puvana, and joining us today is the newly inducted minister into the DK Shivakumar cabinet, Mr. Yathindra Siddaramaiah, who's just assumed charge as the Urban Development Minister of Karnataka. Thank you so much,
Namaste,
Yathindra, for sitting and talking to us. For starters, this is a new stint for you, and you've been given a very important portfolio of urban development. So, initially, what are your priorities for this particular department?
Yeah, this is my first time as a minister, so definitely there will be a lot to learn and a lot challenges to face actually. And urban development is a big problem actually. There are a lot of problems in small towns and cities which needs to be addressed. Uh, I did just conducted a meeting with the concerned officials, but it was just a general meeting. So in that meeting, I have come to know that there are problems regarding water supply and formation of underground drainage system. So these works have been unnecessary, have been delayed. Funds are there, but are not utilized properly. So the first thing is to what are the ongoing projects to fast track them and get them completed in the appropriate time. And regarding town planning also, I have learned that master plans have not been created for many of the small towns and cities. So because of that, people are facing many issues. For everything, for change of land use and other things related to lands and construction, they need to come to the ministry often. So if you make a proper master plan in these towns and cities, it will benefit the people. They need not have to come often to the ministry. So I have to make master plans for many of the towns and cities. So that will also be a priority. And also when layouts are formed and they are released, for the next set of documents to acquire the documents, they are coming again and again to the officers, and they are going from one office to another office, and that has given a chance for corruption. So once these layout is formed and approval has been given, all the necessary documents has to be provided automatically. So I'm planning to do it online. And our chief minister has also announced in the first cabinet meeting that B khatas will be converted to E khatas even in small towns. First it was only restricted to the Bangalore. Now they have extended to all of the whole of the state. So those things also has to be done. We need to make sure that P khata to E khata conversion gets implemented properly.
So right now, this is a lot of work to be done in the next, considering that there are just 2 years left
Yes.
before elections again.
Effectively 1.5 years only, because last 6 months everybody will be busy in preparations of the elections, and bureaucracy will not respond properly in the last 6 months. So 1.5 years is there effectively.
So it will take some time for you to learn the job, or you have to hit the ground running?
I have to hit the ground running. I can't spend more time in just learning about the department. So I have capable officers. I'm sure with the help of them, I can learn fastly and get going with the work.
Okay. Now, coming to the government, within 2 days of the new chief minister taking over, we've already seen some cracks beginning to appear. Do you think that this is the first of many things to come, or?
Those are not big issues actually. They are not deep cracks and all. Already Ramlinga Reddy sir's issue has been resolved, and Muniappa sir, once when he talked to RG sir, he just obliged. So there's no big problems in in the ministry now, in the government now.
Okay. Also, 20 berths are vacant now in the cabinet. So there's a lot of hectic lobbying going on. By when do you think this will be filled, or will there
I
be
think
more?
once the MLC and Rajya Sabha elections are completed, all these 20 ministerial berths will be filled with.
Okay.
Will be filled.
Okay. So there comes the question now that your father is no longer in the government. You become the torchbearer for many things that he held very dear and very passionate. So one of which is, of course, the caste census. Now the report has been accepted a couple of days before Mr. Siddaramaiah stepped down as chief minister. Now, will you have to take that issue forward? How do you see that playing out now?
Yes, definitely. It's not only father's pet issue, but it has also been committed to in the manifesto also. And Rahul Gandhi sir, our leader of opposition and our supreme leader, he is also pushing for caste census all over the country. So it's a commitment of the Congress party and its leaders. So definitely we have to accept the caste census and implement its recommendations.
There is also the question that one of the tallest leaders of the Ahinda movement, Mr. Siddaramaiah, was had to make way for a for a chief minister
And
who could.
also before stepping down, father also had requested Rahul Gandhi ji to accept this caste census and implement it by the new government.
No, the reason I ask is because there was a 2015 caste census as well, but that was scrapped and a new one happened. So, what are the chances that this one won't meet the same fate?
See, 2015 caste census, it was already 10 years old. So when we wanted to implement it, lot of opposition came saying that objections came saying that it's 10 years old report, it's not any more scientific, you have to do a new survey. So we had to make sure that every section of the society also accept the report. So to quell all those objections, our party leaders thought that it's better to do a new survey. So that's why we went for new survey. Now that report is also ready. I think it will come to the government, to the cabinet on 20th of this month. So I'm sure this new government will accept it and implement its recommendations.
There is also the question of Mr. Siddaramaiah, who led the Ahinda movement. Now, who takes that mantle forward? Do we still rely on the movement? Does it still rely on Mr. Siddaramaiah, or now do you take up that torch?
Father, while stepping down from CM's post, he had made it clear that he has given resignation onto the CM post, only to the CM post, but he will continue to fight for the causes of the downtrodden and the Ahinda sections and to protect the constitution. So he will still be around. He will still be the leading face for the Ahinda movement. But along with him, again, other leaders also have to join hands with father, and new leadership has to be cultivated. So movement is bigger than any person. So it's not only about me. Anyone who is dedicated and committed to the cause of the Ahindas, and whoever has the capacity and capability to take the movement forward, I think they will emerge as the leaders.
Okay. One question back to the ministry. One of the criticisms that has been raised that you are a one-time MLA and now an MLC, and you have been given preference in the cabinet over several seniors. What do you say to that?
See, whenever cabinet is formed, it should always be a mix of the old and the new. Along with the seniors, you have to give chance for the newly incoming MLAs also. That has always been the practice. So this time, since father is not there, even before father could go to Delhi and meet, they had suggested that they would induct me into the cabinet.
So one more question, of course, is on the department that you currently handle. The Mysore Urban Development Authority case. Now, there were allegations earlier against your father, Mr. Siddaramaiah, as well as your mother, of irregularities. Now, it's in various stages. Of course, there has been one clearance that come from the state level, but the case is completely not over. And now you are Urban Development Minister, under who Muda actually comes. Isn't this a conflict of interest?
I think the investigating agency has already completed its investigation and has submitted the B report. And in People's Representation Court or Representative Court also, it has accepted the B report and has given clean sheet to father and the other accused. So I don't think the case is almost closed, but still they have appealed for the higher courts. Since investigations have already been completed, I don't think there will be a conflict of interest.
Okay. So my last question is now, so far you have been seen as Mr. Siddaramaiah's son, and you are yet to come out as Yathindra all by yourself. So how do you plan to use the next 2 years to sort of carve an identity for yourself? Or is that something you're aiming for, or are you very happy with Siddaramaiah's son?
Yeah, if I have to remain long term in politics, then I have to carve out my own identity. But it's a very difficult task because father has been such a tall leader. There will always be comparisons. So it's an arduous task. But I don't have to do anything special, I think, because if your intentions are right and if you are committed to the ideology, I'm of the same ideology as my father. I'm being influenced by his ideology. So if you are committed to the ideology, then I can create my own identity. I don't have to do any other, out of the way things, I think.
No, because a few years ago you were, a political recluse, and now you seem to be in the thick of all things, quite, quite intense in Karnataka's political scene. How have you made that transformation, or are you still learning on the job?
Yeah, I came to politics in 2016 when my brother, he after his sudden death. So I never thought I would be in politics. I was always uh, busy in my own profession. I had set up my diagnostic lab and I was busy in that. So once my brother, he was interested in politics, so he was in the thick of it. But once after his sudden death, my family and all the followers of my father thought that somebody should carry his legacy forward. So they thought I should also come into politics and lead them. So initially I thought I won't be able to go a long way. I thought only I will manage the Varna constituency, since father was chief minister and he was not able to give much time to the constituency. But once I stepped in, one thing led to the other, and now I'm in confident that I can go a long way.
My last question: what will now Mr. Siddaramaiah's role be in this government right now? How does he move forward now?
I don't know that, but since he is a tall leader and is a very senior leader of the party, he will always be there to guide the party and give appropriate suggestions to the party. And he has already said that he will be here and in the state politics, and he will always voice the concerns of the downtrodden.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the very best.
Thank you, Sharath.